Unlike a traditional online store that carries inventory, a dropshipping store has very different requirements when it comes to choosing the best e-commerce platform. So in this video, I'm going to teach you about the best e-commerce platforms specifically for dropshipping and teach you about the trade-offs with each. What's up everyone, my name is Steve Chu and I run a 7-figure e-commerce store selling handkerchiefs over at bumblebeelinens.com. So this channel is all about e-commerce and making money online. I'm also the author of the Wall Street Journal best-selling book, The Family First Entrepreneur. Now first off, here are the most important things to consider when choosing an e-commerce platform for dropshipping. The platform should be inexpensive as possible. Dropshipping margins are low at only 10 to 30%, and you don't want your e-commerce platform costs to overshadow your profits. The platform should also have excellent third-party developer support. You want your shopping cart to have access to the latest cutting-edge selling features. The platform should also support EDI for inventory management and product syncing. EDI allows your inventory to be synced with your dropshipping supplier so you don't accidentally sell products that are out of stock. The platform should offer excellent customer support because if you get stuck, you'll need a way to get help immediately. Now with this criteria in mind, here are my top e-commerce platforms for dropshipping based on experience, and unlike other comparisons you'll find on the internet, I've actively sold and helped students in my class sell on all these platforms. Now, when it comes to choosing the best e-commerce platform for dropshipping, there's always a trade-off between using a fully hosted versus a self-hosted platform. A fully hosted platform handles all the technical aspects of your online store. The software and the servers are all taken care of so you can focus on selling and marketing your products. And overall, a fully hosted platform allows you to get up and running quickly without any technical knowledge. Now, a self-hosted platform requires you to manage your own web hosting account. However, you own the source code for your website and you have infinite flexibility to customize your store. Self-hosted platforms are typically free to use and will save you a ton of money in the long run, but you have to be somewhat tech savvy. For example, my store over at bumblebeelinens.com is on a self-hosted platform and I pay $0 for the website software. However, I do pay a hosting fee of about $30 a month, which allows me to host as many sites as I want on the same server. But overall, if you don't want to deal with any tech, a fully hosted platform will be a better choice for you. So here's my top choice, which is Ship4Shop, but this only applies for US merchants. Ship4Shop, formerly known as 3D Cart, is a fully hosted e-commerce platform that offers the best of both worlds. Ship4Shop handles all the tech for you so you can focus on sales and marketing, and they also provide free customer support. And it's 100% free for customers in the United States if you use their credit card processing and you process over $500 a month, which is nothing. Ship4Shop also offers many more features than Shopify out of the box, and you can easily run a fully featured online store without paying for any plugins or any add-ons whatsoever. Now, the only downside to Ship4Shop is that it does not have a strong developer community. As a result, if there's a feature that you require that is not natively supported on the platform, you may be out of luck. Now overall, here's how I rate Ship4Shop as a platform for dropshipping. In terms of the user interface, Ship4Shop is not as easy to use as Shopify because it offers many more features out of the box. As a result, there will be a slight learning curve when you first sign up, but once you're up and running, dropshipping on Ship4Shop is straightforward and you won't have to worry about the tech. Now in terms of customer support, Ship4Shop offers 24/7 customer support for all its users, and in terms of price, you can't beat free. Now in terms of EDI support, there are several apps in the Ship4Shop App Store that support EDI. EDI allows your dropship store and your supplier to keep inventory in sync so you don't accidentally sell an item that is out of stock. In terms of third-party support, Ship4Shop unfortunately does not offer many apps and the third-party ecosystem is small, but Ship4Shop actually offers most of the features you need out of the box. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you sign up for my free 6-day e-commerce mini course below. Now my second choice on my list is Shopify. Shopify is one of the most popular e-commerce platforms in the world, and many multi-million-dollar stores are hosted on their platform, and Shopify boasts one of the largest third-party developer ecosystems in the world. In fact, almost every single dropshipping supplier is compatible with Shopify out of the box. Now the one and only downside to Shopify is that it tends to be one of the more expensive shopping carts compared to the competition, and the pricing can be a little bit deceiving. Now on the surface, Shopify only costs $29 a month on their lowest plan, but that does not include the price of the many apps you'll need that charge recurring fees. Now, the average Shopify user has 7 apps installed, which can add up to a lot of money. Furthermore, Shopify forces you to use Shopify payments, which is more expensive than other credit card processing solutions. So here's how I rate Shopify as a platform for dropshipping. In terms of the user interface, Shopify is easy to use, beautiful, and powerful. The interface is intuitive, and you can easily get your online store up and running without any technical experience. In terms of customer support, Shopify offers 24/7 support for all of its users. Now, in terms of price, Shopify will be more expensive than other e-commerce platforms, so expect to pay more. In terms of EDI support, there are many apps in the Shopify App Store that support EDI. Furthermore, most dropship suppliers support Shopify out of the box. And in terms of third-party support, Shopify is one of the largest third-party developer ecosystems in the world. If there's a feature that you need, chances are someone has written an app for it. Now, my next recommended shopping cart for dropshipping is Woocommerce. Woocommerce has the largest market share of any e-commerce platform in the world, and it's built on top of WordPress, which powers over 30% of the web, and it's 100% free and easy to install. Now, the main downside to Woocommerce is that it's a self-hosted platform, which requires you to get your own web hosting. So as a result, Woocommerce requires a little bit of technical knowledge in order to install it. But don't get me wrong, it's still very easy to use. And in fact, my 9 and 11-year-old kids started their own Woocommerce store for less than $3 a month over at kidincharge.com. So here's how I rate Woocommerce as a platform for dropshipping. Now, in terms of the user interface, WordPress was not originally designed for e-commerce. So as a result, Woocommerce is not as intuitive to use as fully hosted platforms like Shopify or Shift4Shop. However, running a dropshipping store on Woocommerce is easy once you get used to it, and most web hosts offer a one-click install. In terms of customer support, Woocommerce does not offer live customer support, but they do have a vibrant user community. And with a simple Google search, you can find a ton of tutorials and support from other Woocommerce store owners. In terms of price, Woocommerce is free to use, but you'll have to pay for web hosting, which will cost you as little as $3 a month. In terms of EDI support, there are many apps for Woocommerce that support EDI for your online store. And in terms of third-party support, like Shopify, Woocommerce has one of the largest third-party developer ecosystems in the world. If there's a feature that you need, you can find an app for it, and you can also easily find a Woocommerce developer to create whatever you need. Now, while Shift4Shop, Shopify, and Woocommerce are my top 3 e-commerce platforms for dropshipping, it's also important to discuss the platforms that did not make this list and why. Now, the first platform for dropshipping to avoid is BigCommerce. BigCommerce is one of Shopify's biggest competitors. And like Shopify, BigCommerce offers a fully hosted shopping cart for one low price. In fact, BigCommerce offers many more features than Shopify out of the box, and you are free to use whatever payment processing you want without paying any transaction fees. So why didn't BigCommerce make my list of best e-commerce platforms for dropshipping? Well, the reason is because BigCommerce charges based on revenue. And because dropshipping margins are so low, BigCommerce ends up being much more expensive than the other solutions listed in this video. So for example, let's say your dropshipping margins are only 5% after credit card fees, overhead, and other expenses. If you generate $15,000 per month in revenue, your gross profit is about $750. And at this revenue level, you'd be placed on the Pro plan, which costs $299 a month, and at a 5% net margin, your shopping cart cost would eat away almost 50% of your profit. Meanwhile, you could be on the lowest Shopify plan at $29.99 and keep much more of the proceeds. So as a result, even though BigCommerce is a fully hosted platform that I highly recommend for private label online stores, it is not a good fit for dropshipping. Let's talk about Wix next, because I get questions about Wix all the time. Wix started out as a fully hosted content management system just like WordPress, but over the years, Wix has added e-commerce features that allow you to sell physical products online. Now, Wix's main advantage is that it's extremely easy to use and the costs are low, and in many ways, Wix is even easier to use than Shopify at a fraction of the price. So why didn't Wix make my list of best e-commerce platforms for dropshipping? The reason is because Wix is missing many e-commerce features that are essential for your dropshipping store. For example, Wix does not support EDI, and no dropshipping platforms support Wix out of the box. And furthermore, there's no Google Shopping feed support, no Facebook product feed support, and no native integration to popular email marketing platforms like Klaviyo. Now, even though Wix is inexpensive, it's not worth the savings, and you're much better off going with Shift4Shop or Shopify. Now, the next e-commerce platform to avoid is Magento. Many years ago, Magento was the leader in the e-commerce space, and even though it's still the second most popular e-commerce platform in the world, it's definitely not a good platform for beginners. While Magento is extremely powerful, you must either be tech-savvy to succeed or have a dedicated developer on staff. Furthermore, Magento is not easy to maintain, and in fact, the only thing going for Magento is that it's free to use. For a dropshipping store, avoid Magento at all costs. But the million-dollar question is, which e-commerce platform should you use for a dropshipping store? Now, to select the right dropshipping e-commerce platform, you must ask yourself the following 3 questions. Do you live in the United States? Are you tech-savvy? And do you need cutting-edge e-commerce apps and developer support? Now, if you live in the United States, Ship4Shop is the best dropshipping e-commerce platform because it's powerful and free. Even though Ship4Shop has poor third-party developer support, you'll find that most of the features you need are included out of the box. Now, if you don't live in the United States and you are reasonably tech-savvy, then Woocommerce is an excellent choice from a cost-benefit perspective. Woocommerce is free, and you have infinite flexibility because you own the source code. Furthermore, Woocommerce is the most popular shopping cart in the world with very strong third-party developer support. And finally, if you don't live in the US and you are not tech-savvy, then Shopify is the best platform for you. Shopify is extremely easy to use, and it offers excellent third-party developer support. In addition, Shopify offers 24/7 customer support and a huge plugin library to extend your online store. All 3 platforms mentioned above are free to try, so I suggest that you install all 3 and choose the one that you like. Remember, running a dropshipping store requires very specific needs that are different than running a store that carries inventory. Now that you know my recommended e-commerce platforms for dropshipping, make sure you watch this video here for my complete list of dropshipping suppliers.